Sammy gets a text early in the morning saying that it's time for each of the islanders to go on their final dates. As they're all talking about how the final dates are going to be amazing, Sammy gets another text. It's a text saying that while they're on the final dates, they have to decide who they think is the least compatible couple. That couple will be vulnerable and at risk of being dumped. Ron and Lana are the first ones to go on their final date. Lana and Ron arrive to their date. There they are greeted with a traditional song and dance. And they are seated in the middle of some water. Ron says he's buzzing for Lana to meet his family. Lana says, "Do you think they'll like me?" Ron says his mom will adore her, because she's going to see how nice she is and how she's good for Ron. Now sadly, it's time for them to make a difficult decision and pick a couple who they think is least compatible. They go through each couple. They send their decision. Tom gets a text when Ron was telling the boys about his date. Tom's text is for him and Sammy, saying it's time for their final date. Sammy and Tom drive up to their date location in a luxurious car. They walk into the building that is filled with rose petals on the floor and on the table. There's also a lady playing the harp. They start talking about families. Tom says for him having a girl he likes get along with his sister is something he dreams about. He tells Sammy that he knows her and his sister will get along. Sammy says she can't wait to meet the family. It's time for Tom and Sammy to make their decision. This is what they said about all the couples. They send their decision. Now it's time for Shaq and Tanya to go on their final date. Shaq and Tanya arrive to their date. There's a lot of pink roses everywhere and they're playing a classical version of All of Me by John Legend. Tanya tells Shaq that she feels her mom is really going to like him because Shaq is really nice and her mom likes nice people with good vibes. Shaq tells Tanya that he knows his parents are going to love her. Shaq tells Tanya that he wants to make her his girlfriend. Tanya screams and tells him if he's sure. Shaq says he's never been more sure of anything in his life. Tanya still can't believe it and asks him if he's sure. She then says yes. It's time for Shaq and Tanya to make their decision. This is what they said about the couples. They send their decision.